everyone. We're going to do some yoga by Jane in a virtual manner. And we can do, there are many poses that you could start in a chair if you're more comfortable sitting in a chair. If you have a blanket at home that you can fold into sections and sit on the blanket, that's a good idea if you prefer to be on the floor. Or if you have another pad or, pillow, you can sit right on the floor. We're going to start, as we normally do, with some breathing and some relaxation. So you sit in your comfortable chair, on pad or pillow. Sit in an upright position. Pull your shoulders up, back, and down. Get some length in your spine. Have your legs relaxed, your jaw relaxed. And we're going to do some deep breathing. These breathing exercises sometimes feel impatient, will make you feel impatient when you start, but I can guarantee you that they will give you energy for the rest of the day. So let's start with some deep inhales. And as you're inhaling your chest, feel it expand. Deep, deep, deep breath in. And as you're exhaling, pull in your abs and compress your lungs and your rib cage to exhale. So let's do that 5 times. You can go at your own pace if I'm doing it too quickly or too slowly. So here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Have your shoulders up, back and down, your rib cage lifted so you have plenty of room to expand your lungs. Inhale. Exhale. Number 3, inhale. Exhale. Abdomen in. Inhale. Exhale. The last one, inhale. And exhale. Now we're going to do some alternate nostril breathing. So curl your your ring finger and pointer finger in, not your ring finger, sorry, your middle finger and pointer finger in. Have your ring finger and middle finger up, your thumb up. And we're going to bring our shoulder up and bring your hand around, putting your thumb on your right nostril, and we're going to breathe out and then in through the left nostril. Then you're going to use the 2 fingers to close it off while you exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the right nostril, close it off, and exhale. So let's start. We're going to do this 5 or 6 times. So close off, inhale through the right, close it off, exhale through the left, inhale on the left, close, exhale through the right, inhale through the right, close, exhale through the left. And keep this going, and as you do, try to inhale at least for the count of 4, and exhale to the count of 8. If 8 is too much, do 6 and work your way up. Inhaling through the left, close, exhale through the right slowly. Inhale through the right, exhale through the left slowly. Inhale through the left, Exhale through the right slowly. Inhale. Exhale slowly through the left. Inhale. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left slowly. That's something that you can do any time of day or evening if you need a pick-me-up. Let's straighten our legs out. And if you're sitting on a pillow, remove it. If you're sitting on the chair, if you're able to make your way to the mat, do so. And let's stretch through our legs. Our spine is erect. Our shoulders are over our hips. Our hands are relaxed. And we're stretching long through our legs and flexing through our heels. Our toes are up and back. And then point your toes. Flex through your toes. Stretching through the heel. Point your toes. And then let's just rotate our feet around and let our legs relax for a few minutes. If you want to put your hands on the floor, that's fine. Rotate your feet in the other way. And let's just shake them up. Let's do a few big arm circles with a nice release of air. Inhale. I want to be able to hear you all the way over here. Inhale. Stretching up. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, arms around. Very nice, everyone. Let's bring our feet together, the soles of our feet together, and stretch through our knees, trying to press our knees open. You can hold your ankles and press down with your elbows. Opening through the groin. Try to sit up straight, straight back. We haven't done this in a while, so it feels good. Whatever way you can feel that stretch is good for you today. Every day is going to be different. Remember, this is your yoga. No one is watching you, and you're going to do what feels right for your body today. Let's stretch our legs open. Bring up and sit forward a little bit. Use your hands to support your back. Sit up really straight. Bend your elbows so you can bring your shoulders down and stretch through the length of your heels, bending your toes back. Arms up and just slightly bend forward, just a very slight bit. Keep your shoulders down while you have your arms up. Bend forward just a little bit more. Stretch forward just a little bit more. The stretch is through your hip and low back. Try to keep your upper back straight. And then bring your hands to your legs wherever they go. If they reach your toes, that's fine. Just give a nice stretch forward. Bring your legs together. Sit up, hands up, arms up. Lift up through your spine, stretching your back, and bend forward. Wherever your hands reach is where they're going to be today. Anywhere is fine. Keep your knees soft. Stretch forward and back up. Let's do a few stretches to the side and a twist. So let's tilt our head over to the left. Have your spine straight, your chest open, your shoulders down. And take your left arm up and just add it as a little weight to stretch your neck. Put your right hand down on the floor to increase the stretch to the top of your shoulder. And breathe in. Inhale and exhale. Take your eyes and stretch them looking up at the ceiling. And use your hand to lift your head back up to neutral, and then take it to the other side. Take your right arm up, out, and over, and just don't push or press or stretch your head. It's just adding a little weight. Your left hand is down on the floor, getting another stretch across the top of your upper left shoulder. Stretch your eyes up towards the ceiling. Your back is straight. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. And then lift your head straight up. Let's tilt your head back and raise your lower lip up over your upper lip to stretch through your neck. And then bring your head down and look at your belly button. Up and back one more time. Up and then look down. Now take your right hand and put it on your left knee. Your left hand is behind your back, and you're going to do a little twist, looking behind you as much as you can. Rotating your upper body around to the side and feeling the stretch through the upper part of your body, just below your shoulders. Bring your hands up and around so that your left hand is on your right knee. Your right hand is behind your spine. Have your spine tall and straight, and look over your right shoulder. Inhale and exhale, and as you exhale, see if you can rotate a little further. And then bring your arms up and around to the other side. Your right hand is on your left knee, rotating and looking over your left shoulder. Inhale, exhale. Arms up and around last time. Left hand on right knee. Right hand behind your back. Inhale and exhale and turn a little bit more. Arms up and come back to center. Very nice, everyone. Let's stretch our fingers out. Stretch, stretch, stretch through your fingers, the typing fingers, the fingers you grip the steering wheel with. And then rotate, stretching your fingers and all the metatarsals and the tendons. Rotate. You're getting some wrist action in here. Let's change direction. Elbows around. It's a good idea to drink some water before you start a yoga class, because we do a lot of breathing. We're expending a lot of air and moisture. So a good glass of water before and after, especially after class. Now shoulders, hands to shoulders. And as you come around, bring your elbows together to stretch your upper back. Up, back, and around, back and down. Forward, stretching. Up, back, down, and around. Forward. Kiss those elbows together. Our elbows don't have to social distance. They can be together. Let's rotate, bring our elbows back. Bring your elbows back, opening your spine, opening your chest, forward and around. One more time, kissing elbows. And shake everything out. Now we're going to come to our hands and knees. I'm going to be facing profile so that you can watch from the side. Move my blanket out of the way. So in this position, as we've talked before, our hands are under our shoulders, our fingers are spread out, and we are trying to press as much as we can into the knuckles to take some pressure off our wrists. Our knees are under our hips, and we want to lift up out of our shoulder joint. Don't sink down. Lift up and straight, keeping your spine elevated. We're going to inhale and do some cat-cow. So inhale, scooping out and up. Exhale, rounding down. Look at your tummy button. Inhale, looking up. And if you would like to stretch your toes, as you're inhaling, your toes can be bent on the floor. Exhale, flatten your feet, round your back. Look at your tummy button. Pardon me. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, looking down, rounding your back. Scoop up as you inhale, arching your back. Exhale, rounding down, flexing your spine. Let's take the right leg long and lift it and put it over your left leg. And then look over your left shoulder, back at your right foot, feeling a stretch through the length of your spine. Bring that knee back in and take your left foot long on the floor, stretching long through the spine. Lift the leg and set it on the floor on the outside of your right foot, feeling the stretch along your left side. And bring the foot and knee back. And let's inhale, scooping up. Exhale, rounding back. Inhale, scooping up. Exhale, rounding back. Now we're going to do a balanced position. And if you want to sit back on your heels for just a moment and stretch your wrists out, you can also fold your wrists back on the floor, palms up, stretching through this part of your arm. And then put your palms down, but your fingers facing back towards your toes, and stretch through the front part of your arm. And then shake out, and let's just stretch our arms out to the side with your hands flexed, stretching through the heel of your hand. Shoulders up, back and down. Stretch your fingers and stretch through your elbows. And while we're sitting here, let's do a few of these. I really felt these last time we did them. So we're extending back, and as we do, we tighten this muscle, the flab muscle. Back, strong back, forward, relax, strong back, forward, relax, strong back, forward, relax, strong back. When you're doing that back, think of gripping those muscles to the bone. That way you really know you're squeezing the muscles and exercising the back. Let's do 2 more times. Relax forward, strong back, relax forward, strong back. All right, shake your arms out. Hands back on the mat. And we're going to take our right arm, leg back. It can be any height. It can be here. It can be up here. No more than hip height. You want to feel back and make sure your back, your hips are parallel to the floor. You don't want to lift up this way. Keep your hips parallel to the floor. And see how that feels. You can point your toe if that feels good, or just let your foot hang out. And then pick a spot ahead of your mat that you're going to stare at. Engage your abs and lift your left hand up. Try to come up out of your right shoulder and just gaze at your spot. Keep breathing, inhaling and exhaling. It's a great balance exercise. It's also strengthening the muscles that you're engaging. You're engaging your arm muscle, your right arm, your left arm. Now bring your left hand back and bring in your right knee. And let's just sit back and relax those wrists for a second. And we're going to do the other side. Back down, hands on the floor under your shoulders, knees are under your hips. We're going to take the left leg back, reach back and check to make sure your spine is level parallel to the floor. Lift up out of your left shoulder. Pick a spot on the floor to stare at, engage your abs, and lift your right arm up. Remember to inhale and exhale. This is a very good core tightening exercise as well as a balance exercise. Remember to inhale and exhale. Stay as long as you can. Come down when you have to. Remember, no one is watching you. And let's come back down, knees to the floor. Take your knees wide on the mat, bring your big toes together, and sit back into child's pose. And just relax. Let's come back to our hands and knees. And if you have blocks to use, soup cans, pillows, the bar of a chair, whatever, maybe just out your hands on your mat, we're going to bring our right foot, well, let's bring the left foot forward. I think you can see better. Left foot forward and the right knee back, so that you're feeling a stretch through the hip flexor. Your left knee should be over your left ankle. Hands can be on the floor. And just sink down and stretch that hip flexor. Feels good. We haven't done that in a while. Now take your hips back, stretching through your left heel. Stretching the hamstring and the calf and the Achilles tendon. Try to straighten your knees so that your hips are fairly parallel rather than leaning forward, leaning to the side, And let's come forward, hands to the front. Your left foot is flat on the floor, and now you're stretching your right hip flexor. If you prefer to have the leg up, if you need more of a challenge, you can come up into this position and sink down. Or have your knee down, whichever is working for you today. With the knee down, we can easily float back and forth to stretch the hamstring, which is always tight. Feel the stretch through your left heel. Slide forward again, stretching the right hamstring. One more time. Back, stretching the left hamstring. Let's come back to our tabletop pose, and do 1 or 2 cat-cows. Inhale, looking up, exhale, down. Inhale up, exhale down. Let's bring the right foot forward. You can just set up like this for a moment, relaxing your wrists. You want to bring that front foot, right foot forward enough so that the knee is over the ankle, and you've got a nice stretch in the left hip flexor muscle. So the knee should be well behind you. Again, if you'd like more of a stretch or a slightly different stretch or more of a challenge, you can come up like this. Let's shift back, stretching through the right heel. Flex your toes back, long through the hamstring and calf. Forward to stretch the hip flexor. Back through the right heel. Forward the hip flexor. And back. One last time forward. Let's come up to a standing position. Bring your feet together. Have your hands on a block, books, pillows, whatever you have, or on the floor. And let's bring our hands to our shins and look up with a flat back. If you're not supposed to bring your head below your heart, then you can stay in this position for a moment. The rest of us are going to float down and let our lower back stretch. Let your head hang. Your knees are soft, never locked. They can be as bent as much as you need. And let's come slowly up and stretching up, arms up and down. One more time. Arms up, reach up, 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 reach up. Through the left hand and over. Spread your legs a little bit, reaching over to the side. Arms up, stretch straight up. Left arm down, stretch to the left, looking up at the ceiling. Long stretch through your right side and back up. Let's come into mountain pose. So we're standing with our feet parallel in the number 11, fairly close together. Our thighs are rotated inward. Our abs are in. We're rotating our back pelvis down a little bit. Relax your buttocks. Shoulders up, back, and down. And just stop and breathe. Engage the muscles of your thighs around the bones, rotating them in and feeling a release of pressure in your low back. Very nice, everybody. Let's bring our hands to our chest or out open, and we're going to sit back into chair pose. Try to have your torso up as much as you can. Engaging your thighs. Come up, rest. Hands together, come back down. Check and make sure your knees stay parallel. One doesn't shift in front of the other. We're going to add a twist. So taking your left elbow and putting it over your right knee, turn and look up at the ceiling. Feeling the stretch in your upper back. And then we're going to twist to the other side. You don't need to turn, but I'm going to turn so you can see. Looking up at the ceiling. Come back up into chair. Take your arms up. Bring your left arm over in front of you. Bend it. Your right arm's going on top, the elbows are bent. Your elbows are up to shoulder level. And take your hands, which are folded together, and move them away from your face. And back. Take your arms apart. Bring your right arm in front, bend at the elbow. Left arm over, clasp hands, raise your elbows to shoulder height, and move your hands away from your face, feeling the stretch across your upper back. Very nice, everyone. We're going to sit back down, and if you have a block or a book or a pillow that you can put under your hips, we're going to do our Savasana with our legs extended up into the air. Rotate your shoulders down so that scapula are flat on the floor. Bring your palms up, your hands with your palms up, out across on the floor, a little away from your body. Let your jaw relax. And pardon me, let the blood flow down from your legs into the center of your body. This is a great refresher, pick-me-up. You can also work at pointing your toes and flexing your feet, alternating. Help passes the time. Rotate your ankles around the other way, loosening up. Now we're going to end the class, so you can stay here as long as you like, but you need to know what to do when you come down. Another way of doing this is against your bed, against the wall, against a chest. And as I said, it's a great revitalizer if you are feeling tired, if you feel like you've lost energy, enthusiasm. The alternate nostril breathing and the leg elevation are two things to help perk you up. So let's bring our right leg down to the floor, our left leg down to the floor, and lift up and remove whatever support you have, and straighten your legs out and just lie still. Let your feet open up. Let your jaw relax. And just rest. And as I said, you can stay in this position as long as you like. But we're going to end our class now. And I hope to see you next week. Thank you for coming. It was great.